Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I hope you all are having a great week so far and that whatever you're doing, school, work, summer vacation, that you're kicking some serious butt. This week's check-in, you're going to have to forgive me. I have this really annoying and terrible cough and I don't know where it came from and I can't get rid of it. But this week's topic for my weekly check-in is validation. So, I'm going to get a little vulnerable in this one because this is a pretty big deal to me. So the backstory is I was on my way home with a friend of mine. Her name is Lori, so I owe this breakthrough actually to her. But anyways, I was on the way home from a planning workshop, go figure, with my friend Lori, and we were talking a little bit, and we started to talk about how people serve a purpose in your life, and sometimes that purpose changes as you grow and you evolve. So the purpose that they served at the beginning of your relationship might be different, or maybe they don't serve a purpose at all somewhere down the line. And this topic came up because Lori's literally been crushing it in all of her goals, like crushing it, so kudos to her. And she had somebody in her life who wasn't super pumped that she was crushing it. And then it brought me to a situation recently where I made a decision in my life, and there were some people that weren't super pumped about it either. And what I had to think about is why was I so disappointed in that? And same thing for Lori. Why was she so disappointed that those people weren't pumped for her? And really it boils down to you wanted validation. I wanted validation that the decision I was making was a good decision. And I was seeking out that validation from people who really mattered the most to me. And when I didn't get that validation, I was disappointed. So that conversation then went off on a tangent, and we started to think about our childhoods. And for me, I've always known that I seek validation for certain parts of my life. But I don't think I quite understood until this conversation how deep-rooted it was in my everyday life. So taking it back to my childhood, and even taking it back to my most recent years, a lot of you know that I used to just pile it on. What could I do? What could I add to my to-do list? How could I make my to-do list that much bigger? And I felt like the more and more I did, the more and more validation I got. People telling me how good of a job I was doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, in the past 6 months, I've hit a stride where I'm not really seeking validation from anybody except for myself. But the breakthrough for me really was knowing that this played such a huge role in my life. So I thought back. I thought back to when I was a kid, thought back to when I was a teenager, to when I was in college, when I was in my 20s. And there was always one person in my life who I really felt like I needed validation from. And in order to get that validation, or how I got it, was by doing more. And in doing so, it molded the person that I was up until my early 30s, which is insane to me. This breakthrough is so big for me because it really is an underlying theme in my life, this need to seek validation. So, a huge breakthrough, really mind-blowing for me. I don't blame anybody that I was growing up with for creating this sense of needing the validation, but it is crazy how it has shaped and molded my life. And it's crazy that now in my 30s, I'm finally realizing that I don't need it anymore. And that's really empowering. I was talking to my mom about it a little bit, and I told her, I said, I feel powerful. I feel empowered. And I don't want this validation. I don't want to seek other people's validation. I want my own. And if I get other people's, that's a bonus. But at the end of the day, the only validation I seek is mine. So just a little food for thought, next time you have some big news and maybe somebody isn't really pumped about it, why are you disappointed in their reaction? Were you seeking validation? How often do you seek validation? So just some thoughts for you to process on your Wednesday. I'd love to hear your thoughts below in the comments. And of course, like, share, and subscribe to the page. Your support means so much to me. And yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you all have a great rest of your week and an awesome weekend. We are going in full potty training mode again, so wish us luck. And that's about it. I'm signing out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.